We are live. We are live. We are live.
Hello.
Ian joining us for at the very last second
Yay.
of this marathon of a month. It's like you've been running a marathon and he snuck out of a building right before the finish line and hitting you on the shoulder, going like, "Can't believe we made it, buddy."
My friend drove me here.
I was just waiting the
Good.
entire time. I was eating ice cream.
Yeah, good
Got a
teamwork.
little bit of a tumbly, upset tummy.
I watched you guys. That looked hard.
You should be proud.
Oh,
Ian had really good excuse, at least for the last one. The first two was just work and
yes.
So to make up for this month, Ian will be hosting this episode. I now relinquish my duties. Ian, go ahead.
All right. Hey everyone. Thanks for joining us for me shoveling the last pile of dirt on the Scott Pilgrim anniversary. We lay it to rest. We give it the respect it deserves. And I'm excited to talk about the anime. I'm excited to talk about what I guess with the format I could like do my host jobs and say what did you Chris and Nick know about the Scott Pilgrim Takes Off anime before you watched it?
Well, what is the name of that section, Ian? I feel like we used to segment these podcasts, and by used to I mean every episode up until now.
Every episode until now has had a what did you know going into it section. What did we call it? The rising action, I believe is what we call it.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Yes. Haha.
I
paid the minimum amount of attention.
That's what matters.
Ian was there for the meeting. We came up with this.
Yeah.
And for pretty much every...
We had I want everyone to know, we had very serious conversations about what fit best. So we did think about it. So for the rising action, Chris and Nick, what did you guys know about this property beforehand?
Nick, I will relinquish it to you because I did not know much. Well, I mean, I had experienced every piece of Scott Pilgrim medium except the books. Pretty much. I had watched the movie. I had seen the video game. I had seen the video game. I played the video game. And then yeah, that was pretty much it. Well, we went to a show. We went to a concert, Nick and I, for Anime Managuchi. They were doing this for the release of the anime. And we hadn't seen the trailer yet. I think we were watching show the night the anime came out, or the day of.
Oh, okay.
And so, but we said we hadn't seen anything. We hadn't watched the trailer. And the whole show was like playing music from the anime, as well as like Anime Managuchi's own stuff, and then a bunch of cool things, which I'm sure we've talked about on multiple podcasts.
Yeah.
But like they had Steven Stills sing the first song that Sex Bomb plays in the show.
Oh, nice.
They had the singer of Japanese Breakfast.
Oh, wow.
Come out and sing the Friend of a Friend song.
The Black Sheep song. Yeah,
Black Sheep song, which was very funny to tell my sister because she freaked out, but she wasn't there, so haha, loser. And we yeah, and we so we didn't know much. They started off that show playing the trailer music, which we didn't know was a cover of Electric Syndrome, which is the Mortal Kombat theme song. So I lost it. I almost started a mosh pit, but there was children in front of me. It was an all ages show. I gotta say, maybe I'm getting old. I am getting old, but as a metalhead and synthwave shows and then stuff, man, I think I might stop going to all ages shows.
No,
I can't do it anymore. I can't be these parents taking their kids to see these fucking crazy extreme bands. where I'm supposed to
Really?
go nuts.
I mean, the part of the fun is just throwing down and getting into the.
Yeah, unless you're gonna throw that baby across the pit,
yeet that
like
baby.
a football.
That's what this is. That's what we're here for.
That's right. That's right.
You remember the end of Mother? Just do that.
Just the end of that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much everything I knew going in. And that Science Sara was directing it, or like was making it, and that I love that studio. That's like probably my second favorite anime studio right now, behind Trigger.
Okay.
So
okay.
Although I would argue they have shows that are better than some Trigger shows. They definitely have movies that are better than Trigger movies. But yeah.
What are some titles that maybe the listeners should look out for that are from that studio?
You know what was the first one that comes to mind? Devilman Crybaby was like my introduction to them. They directed Isaac, and right now they're making Dan to Dan.
That's pretty good.
The big hotness.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
So Nick, would you pass it on to you, man? All you.
Yeah, I guess besides that whole experience with the concert, going into it, I kind of knew they announced it like half a year prior to the release, with Brian Lee O'Malley, at the very least announcing about his collaboration with Science Saru, and it was confirmed that it was Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. And that's all I knew was the director, studio, and the title. Obviously, they kept very, very tight until the trailer about what it was actually going to be about. Which I did not see, thankfully, because I feel like this is something you can't be spoiled on, especially the first episode.
Yes, especially the first episode. Agreed. I'll just jump in with what I had known. More or less what you guys knew about the product. I knew that Scott Pilgrim Takes Off had the promise of something different, and that was basically all I really knew. Is it's Scott Pilgrim but different this time.
Same but different.
It's the same thing. Hey, you like that thing? We did that, but we did it a little different this time.
It's the same as before, but different.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy to get into. We call this second part of the show the climax, where we talk about.
I don't know, Ian. You're the host of the podcast. I feel
we call this.
You have certain duties. Where
hey everybody, I'm your host, and I'm very proud to introduce us to the climax, where we talk about the media that we really got a lot out of. Gentlemen, do we just want to kind of maybe start at one and go through in a general sense, or how do we want to kind of take this apart when we're talking about it here?
I feel like, as your fellow co-host, but not the main host of this episode,
really,
that you're asking a lot of me, and I feel like you should be doing your due diligence.
Well, let's all
and
talk
guiding
about...
us on this path. Take the reins, Ian.
Let's all talk about Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life, episode 1, and then maybe see where your interests lead us. We can say that
you want to go episode by episode. That's going to be long.
I promise we won't be strictly episode by episode, but I think certainly setting up the premise of what Scott Pilgrim is in this iteration is helpful, maybe. So
I can back that. I can agree with that, Ian, as your fellow co-host, and then wanting to see you do nothing but succeed.
Oh, good. I'm glad that you concur. Scott Pilgrim, episode 1, we start with what is essentially a shot for shot of the story we've seen before. I would say,
skipping some parts too, like very short in.
Yeah, it's a truncated version, but the lines are the same and the framing is the same for a lot of the swing set date. I'm trying to think of other shots that are exactly from the comic and exactly from the 2010 film as well. They're very familiar setup, before the show just says, "Oh, actually, we're not doing that anymore. We're not going to do a Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya and make you watch several things you've seen before. We're turning left, where apparently Evil X #1 Matthew Patel wins his fight, and Scott Pilgrim is gone, and suddenly we're on a parallel timeline where there's a cute little robot and very little Scott Pilgrim in the story.
Yeah, there's the cute little robot. Well, the robot's in the comics. It's in the video game as well. But before we get to that, hey Ian, when was at what point in this episode? Is this your second time watching it?
Yeah, this was my second time watching.
All right, this is all our second time. Unless Nick, no, I think you watched it way more, right?
Yeah, I say it's my 5th time.
Dang. Okay.
So at what point did you realize, Ian, that it was a different dimension? Because Nick asked me this too. What was the earliest indicator for you?
I think that there were little things that I thought, oh, that is different, isn't it? That doesn't feel quite like how it was before. I feel like the first time I watched it, though, I got all the way to that scene fairly sure, oh, I guess we're just doing the story again. I don't know. I was prepared for something that was more like that, and I thought, okay, maybe we're doing something more reflective. And ultimately we did do something more reflective, but it did surprise me. It surprised the crap out of me, truthfully. I don't know, did you guys glean early on, like on your first viewing, like, oh, something's afoot, or what were you guys thinking?
Yeah, for me it was it was when you find out this is a 2D animation that I went, it's a different dimension.
Okay. Really?
That joke's great. That joke's great. Nick hated it when I first
I know.
said
I didn't want to encourage such a great, brave pun.
Y'all are just mad.
Oh, I feel bad because Chris has been so helpful while I host, and then I let him out to dry for that. Oh no!
Damn, Ian. What else are you gonna do?
Man,
that was great.
The first time I watched it,
mm-hmm.
I also thought, like, yeah, we're gonna get the same thing over and over again, or we're gonna get the same thing again. Maybe there's gonna be more stuff from the comics, which again I hadn't read at that moment because it's like 10 episodes.
Yeah.
So who knows? But like that first episode, I think looks amazing. Like, well, okay, that's beautiful. The one thing I don't have. Like, you will not hear me complaining about with this show is that it looks fucking gorgeous. Like, go ahead.
I'll just quickly give credit to the lead director for the project, who is Abel Gongora, a Spanish animator who works out of Japan.
Nick knows
Wikipedia
a lot about
says Spanish.
He's from Peru.
Oh, he's from Peru.
Okay. Nick knows a lot about this studio.
Oh, bless.
And
he's also worked on Star Wars Visions and OKKO.
Yes, he did 3 episodes for that. And like we said earlier, Isaacin, I think he does mostly. I mean, Nick, this may be a generalization, so correct me on this. He does mostly like the TV stuff, right? Like the episodic stuff on Science Saru's side.
Yeah, that's considered like the B team, which Trigger has, right? So it's like
Trigger does.
So you want to know something even crazier? I can pull something deeper. His first television show that he worked on was Skunk Fu.
I saw that on Wikipedia. I don't know what Skunk Fu is.
Oh, it's a show I want. It was like I think it was honestly, I argue that was the last cartoon I watched before they moved to like live action Cartoon Network.
Never mind. I know what Skunk Fu is.
Oh, I do remember this.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And then
was this limited animation kind of, or?
Yeah, that was That was like through an Irish studio,
Yeah.
Cartoon Saloon, and then later he would work on like Wakfu for like Flash animation. So like I think it was just that era of like the last few years of Flash animation.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Didn't Cartoon Saloon? Don't they do a lot of stuff for like Cartoon Network? Like they did
Mhm.
they did, or like Disney as well. I think they did Randy Cunningham
Oh,
and like, well, it says right here Yin Yang Yo. So that's
I remember this.
remember
Yes.
for anyone who remembers Yin Yang Yo.
Yeah, they did the production for Bob's Burger movie from 2022.
Oh man! Oh
Oh.
wait, so did you also get to meet John Benjamin? That's my.
I don't know. Maybe, yeah. These are great questions.
These are great guys. And then he went on to Ping Pong the animation. It must have been
yes, and Peak, yes. Everything else, yeah, no, totally. So he did a lot more of the episode side, while also Gongora would do productions for a lot of the later movies like Ride Your Wave and The Night Is Short, Walk on Girl, which is on our list.
I still gotta watch.
And then
those,
most notably, like his first like official directing entirely was Hands Off Isaacin.
Hell yeah!
Mm,
Fucking love that. Fucking love that anime.
nice.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah. So getting back to the look of the show, I mean,
Yes.
just the
Yes.
way the camera shots are, the directing, both keeping the feel of like what we kind of got of Scott Pilgrim, where it's more intimate. You're walking around with characters. Everything feels alive. Like Toronto, they say in the show itself, Toronto's a character, and it is. And
Yes.
Scott Pilgrim, you get to see people interacting. Um,
Yeah.
Never once do you not feel like this city isn't alive and like occupied by people.
Mhm.
But it's like kind of a chiller, more slow going vibe.
Yes. Yes.
And the way the
Definitely.
cameras move with characters and shake, their use of like focusing on foreground and background stuff. And just every shot feels layered. And just the amount of
Mhm.
information there. I mean, I'm saying like pretty obvious stuff, but I feel like it's just so good.
It
The
is.
studio is so fucking good at making stuff.
Did we talk about the color in it too? Because like I think the color choices in it are pretty phenomenal. They're really.
They're
Yeah.
they're a lot. They're really if not exactly the same as like the comics.
Yeah.
Like they capture Brian Lee O'Malley's style, like for
Yeah.
sure. Like this is like, yeah, this does feel like the comic book animated, especially in that first episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it really does. I'll second that as we go on. But there's so many moments of like sci-fi technobabble and real good like relationship stuff that
Yeah.
feels that to me is like core Scott Pilgrim content. That's where this thrives, and we get a lot of very new takes on those, and we'll talk about all of them. But just having Scott out of the way ends up leaving a lot of great opportunity for the show to let those characters run, and you get to kind of see them in this environment branch off in this interesting new story. Yeah.
So we should well, not to tell you how to do your job, Ian, as
No, go ahead.
this podcast, but may I make the suggestion
Sure.
of maybe going to the main crux of this episode, which is the twist is Scott Pilgrim dies.
Yeah.
And now what? Now, like the first time you all watched it,
Right.
how'd you guys feel about that rug pull? This is a rug pull.
I was
Can I
immediately
tell
down
you
for
what
it.
my first thought was the first time I watched it was
Uh-huh.
well, because I was into it, and I immediately thought, oh god, this is gonna get the most annoying people on the internet saying the most obnoxious shit possible.
Oh, sure.
They've killed
MutantAstronaut, aka Gary, on our as our guest, the first two episodes of Scott Pilgrim month. He told us like, oh yeah, you guys are doing the anime. Do you know the discourse that's going on with it like now, like how people feel about it?
No.
And I went, oh, I didn't until I started like lining this up on the calendar, And I went, oh yeah, people don't like it. Or like there's a good vocal like amount of people that did not enjoy it, right? Or that have problems with it.
Are they people who thought that Scott does not have any problems and actually the way he acts is good? Is that
So I don't know, Ian. I was supposed to look into it before we
Oh.
went on
okay?
today, and I didn't. And I and I remember telling Gary, I was like, I haven't looked at it. Listen, I just watched it. I formed my own thing on it. We'll see when I rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should go back. I bet you it's about the voice acting because like I've heard people in real life talk about it.
Really, I see. I was gonna say I'm kind of impressed with Michael Cera. Doesn't sound like that anymore, and
No,
I thought he did okay at doing
Yeah.
a 10 years younger version of his voice.
yeah, I think he gets better as this series goes on. Personally, like I think he starts a little rough.
Yeah.
It starts a little muted.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the choice they're all doing with this. Is that
Yeah.
supposed to be way more chilled out and like vibed? I mean, Nick, I remember you telling me like how you were telling people in your classes, like, no, I kind of dug that it's not the standard anime dub where it's like people are yelling all the time.
You don't get a lot of Goku, Gohan. I guess Gideon
I
is
wouldn't.
really the one character that gives you big moments like that. But yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even go that far. I would say like even just like more even chilled out anime stuff like even if it was Cowboy Bebop or you know what, I'm trying to think of more recent stuff that I've seen dubbed and I haven't seen
Shampoo was
much.
chill when they weren't
Pluto was
fighting.
chill.
Pluto, yeah, which I loved.
Pluto's dub is really good. I watched it in Japanese, but like I went back and looked up some of the dub stuff. Or did I watch it dubbed? No,
We
I
watched
watched it
it.
dub.
Yeah, we watched it together, Doug, because I
Yeah,
remember the.
because that. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I want to say like so the because I remember distinctly the line is different of the pianist teacher
Yeah,
and
it
number
is
two,
very different. I think I like the English one more.
same.
Because he sounds way more like a broken old man. Like it sounds like something a broken old man would say. Like, but also that author, he writes so Western style, and like the dub for Monster was really fucking good.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, so I just watched it. But yeah, it's different. But you're right, Pluto's a lot more chilled out. But it's more. But that is what that show is.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I would agree with that. But I mean, like the miracle casting for the show of getting all the original actors to do it.
It's insane. It's insane.
It's crazy. And apparently, like if I remember the story correctly, they had an email chain that like most of, if not all, the cast was on, and they would just as they were filming the movie, they would just send memes to each other and jokes and shit while making it. And then when this script was going around to be picked up, and they did, and they confirmed that Michael Cera was the only one that knew about it at the time. So he just goes back into the email chain that's like over a decade old at this point. Or like 10 years old at that point, and he goes, and the first email he goes is, haha, nice joke, you guys. Or very funny joke. And then Chris Evans is the next one to reply, going, Michael, what are you doing here? What are you doing on this email chain? And then he like, yeah, do you guys want to be part of this?
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, the fact that they got them all, dude. And you can kind of tell, I mean, like if we're talking about the voice acting, right? We're getting the more general stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
I still think you can kind of tell who's done voice acting and who hasn't.
Yeah.
Right? Like in this, young Neil, I was trying to look it up and I don't think he's actually done anything.
John
acting.
Simmons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his I thought was really rough up until like, or at least like, oh, he's kind of mumbling. And I know it's supposed to be like, he's supposed to be that's tired, kind of staying out of it, but it was a little rough for me up until like episode 3 or 4, and then the comedy of it like really clicked with me. That I went, oh no, this is funny. This is funny what he's doing with it.
Yeah.
Some of those lines in 4 I think would have only been funny if he had read them like the way he did.
It's yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry.
I wanted to also just say about voice acting really quick. Could we
Mhm.
throw out some of our favorite cameos? Because
Sure.
this is chock-a-block full of many people who wanted to touch this thing, and they're all really well-known people who are
Yeah.
outside the main cast too.
Yeah. Okay. So even outside the main Scott Pilgrim cast, right?
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Who's some of your favorite? Because like, I mean, Will Forte is the obvious. Like, when his
Old
voice
Scott.
first appears as Old Scott, is
Yes. The some that jumped out at me were Edgar Wrong. The director was Kevin McDonald from
Yeah.
Kids in the Hall.
That's right.
Uh,
Nick did not know who Kevin McDonald was.
no.
He thought he was Edgar Wright
Ah,
playing
nah.
Edgar Wrong.
Nah.
And Nick, I'm sorry to throw you under the bus like that, but we talked way too long about it for me not to bring it up.
Now, to be fair, we were drinking, so like it's fine.
Yeah.
So it was fault on both our ends. No, I'm just kidding. It was a.
I was like, Nick, I know you know who Kevin McDonald is. If I show you a different thing,
yeah,
you're
you
gonna
idiot.
know who he is.
Yeah.
Almighty Tallest, purple. Yeah. We also had Cal Penn as Matthew
Yeah.
Tell's lawyer.
Yes.
Weird Al Yankovic, the documentary narrator.
That one was crazy because I did not recognize his voice.
It was very different
At
yes.
all. That I didn't recognize until this, or even the second time we were like, yeah, dude, I can't believe that's him.
I recognized right away Bowen Yang and Matt Rogers as the TV gossip people. They're comedic writers you might know. Nick
I know
Frost
Bowen
and
Yang
Simon
for
Pegg.
I know Bowen Yang for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Rogers co-hosts his podcast Los Culturistas interview show.
Oh.
And I swear I'm missing people, right, guys? I'm forgetting. There's lots of famous people who just show up.
Yeah, there's I mean, Tony Oliver is a voice acting legend. He's the first AD, but he also directs the voice acting in this series. If you're an anime fan since like the 90s and 80s, you've heard Tony Oliver's voice. Probably one of his bigger ones is as Lupin from Lupin the Third, all the English versions.
Yeah.
So that is him.
Nice.
Who was the other guy that I like did not catch it all until I was looking it up? Was the voice of Nano Machines, which I think is Stephen Root.
You're right. That's Stephen Root from from Jordan Peele's filmology. Everyone. Yeah.
Well, from a lot of things, but yeah, yeah,
That's right.
The
one that matters. No.
I was surprised he didn't go for Barry, but like that was my.
He was in Barry. He was in Dodgeball.
He's a very important person in Barry. He's like a main character.
He's also now on the new King of the Hill, guys. Every week.
Oh, is he really? Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah,
he's doing Hill still.
I was gonna, if I was hosting this episode, I would have gone into for the cold open of how I'm rewatching all of King of the Hill as like my background TV show, so I can watch the new stuff. I mean, all I gotta say is hot take: King of the Hill is really good. It's incredibly, the jokes are tight and well written, like especially for as far as I've gone.
Yeah,
which is 6 seasons. Oh yeah, but hot take: King of the Hill's good. King of the Hill's fantastic. Even I think it's like phenomenal comedy writing.
It's a show that I'd put up with Bob's Burgers in inconsistency.
I would put it. Oh man, here's where I'm at. I would put it with some of the best. If not with, then like just right below some of the best Simpsons writing.
Yeah. I would agree with that. I'd co-sign that.
I think it's up there.
Yeah,
I really do. I really do think it's that good.
But
anyway, star-studded casting. But yeah, I think I liked it overall. The voice acting, I'm kind of with Nick. I like that it's more chilled out. There are moments for sure in the anime where like the voice delivery does not quite match how the characters are acting because they're being bigger with their gestures. Like, and where there's moments where I'm like, oh, I think this person should have acted a little bit more, like should have been more angry or more sad, or like convey that more than just slightly whoa, I missed or something. And then you get the people you're like, oh yeah, they've done voice acting, like the voice of the ex. Why am I forgetting her name?
Mae Whitman, Roxy.
Yeah, Roxy.
She's great.
A very famous voice actor, aka Katara, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then Kevin McDonald doing like, yeah, it's Kevin McDonald. It's great comedic delivery every time. Yeah. Will Forte especially, like, great comedic delivery. Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Me and Nick talk about this all the time. Maybe we should ask Will Forte this for the podcast, and he'll be like, "Who the fuck are you guys?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, that's fair." It'll be Will Forte. Did you know what Kona Wada Hurricane was before singing it on it? Because he is singing that song.
Yes.
In the second to last episode.
Yeah.
I told Chris if they played Kodawa Hurricane when we saw him on a Gucci Live, I would have just ripped my shirt off. Like,
it would have had to have been Will Forte singing it, because that's super funny. Oh man, yeah. I wonder what that was like. Did he know about it beforehand? I mean, even if he didn't, doesn't matter. The delivery was great.
He has, and Will Forte has a comedic delivery that's unparalleled. He's
really good. He's really phenomenal. Like, I think to say really good is even an understatement. I think it's almost like a science to him.
Like, and to everybody out there, I'll say one more thing about Will Forte's body of work is I don't think a lot of people saw Last Man on Earth. It's
on my
good.
list. I want to watch it. Like,
it's not just funny. He did eventually earn moments to show like Will Forte can act. He can act, you know. So yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah.
I was asking Nick last night, what's like when you think of Will Forte, what's the role that immediately comes to your mind?
Oh God,
is it bad? Was pretty out there. It was not what I was expecting.
My first thought when I think of Will Forte is, I guess, MacGruber.
See, that's the usual one I think most people think of, right?
What's Nick, your first?
Oh, well, hang on. Nick, you said it was How I Met Your Mother, right?
Yes.
Really?
That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. Was he on more than one episode of How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, he's the guy who gets an erection and bleeds from his nose, and he has the beer.
Oh my God. He's like a guy. Okay. Oh, I did not.
You remember so much more about that show than I do, Nick, and I watched all of it too. So.
Well, I just remember that, and then like he had an episode of like he wanted to try to date more, and then he started bleeding from his nose because of the erection, and then that sets up Robin sleeping with him, and when she was like down, and then he's like, oh, I want to get fired from this job so I can start my beer company, and then that's the conclusion for his character is that he starts a beer company.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. For me, it's the Tim Robinson bit from season 1.
Oh, the baby sketch.
Yeah, where he's the baby. Yeah. Oh my it's like, God, I've been following you ever since that because you were the baby that wouldn't stop screaming.
You ruined my marriage.
I lost my job. I lost the job interview. You ruined my marriage, and now I'm here. Now I'm here. You're finally, and just
where? So stupid. It's very funny. It's very. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'd say that in like Clone High because he's Abe Lincoln, but
yeah,
that's right.
I always forget that.
Really good lines in that one too. Really funny bits. Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much it for the first episode. We took away some of the general stuff.
Do you guys want to get into kind of the new avenues we get to explore, the new kind of beats with the characters? I'm thinking of I kind of wanted to jump in with either episode 4 or 5, like right in the middle, just to talk about. There's a bunch of cool stuff that happens in those episodes that I'm very fond of. But what are you guys thinking about? Where do you guys want to just keep going with 2-3, like the new league? Maybe.
Yeah. How do we feel? That's the highlight of 2 is the fight between Matthew Patel and Gideon.
Yes.
But also it's the thing of like, this is what the show is going to be about. It's about Ramona.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what happened to Scott. And this has become like a much more Ramona centered. It's still about Scott, but Ramona's the main character, right?
Yeah.
And she's driving the plot forward, doing a kind of detective. It's more of a detective story, figuring out what happened to Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. It is, but it's also just an excuse to see how better off everyone is without Scott and we capture. But also, it's like, I mean, that's what the show becomes, is that we get to live with all these characters, and that's the genius of this anime, is everyone still feels like the characters from the comics and the movie.
Yeah.
Like, they're able to maintain those. Like, I fully believe all these choices that these characters would have made. Or these people would have changed into these kinds of people, you know? Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that a question, or I didn't?
Yeah. Oh no, I was waiting for someone to pick up the ball. It's fine. No, that was on me.
Chris, you gotta stop.
All right, no, Nick. Here, I'll help you, Nick. I'll just be like, now, Nick, you talk. Every time. That's what you need. I'll give that to
now.
you.
What do you think about that? Episode 2 and 3, where we're getting no. This is Ramona's story, and we're gonna come back to these characters.
I thought it was all right. Yeah.
Thanks, man. I like the fight in the second one.
No,
I thought it was
great.
cool. I like his.
Yeah.
I like the Shiva arms. That was well directed. I like the takeover. It gets, and then it gives
It's
like
great.
the chance too of like Gideon now gets a lot more time, because even in the comics he does not get a lot.
Well,
It's weird. We don't explore. Oh, so go ahead.
I was going to say, it's interesting because the core of it is, and maybe this is also a thing that people on the internet disliked in part of the discourse, but like
maybe
one of the criticisms of the show was that Scott is kind of the instigator of a lot of the issues. Like, he has a lot of growing up to do, and that's
sure does.
kind of the point of the show. I would say, is him growing up. But this one has an interesting look at what real maturing is, that feels more depthful and insightful than maybe the original one's commentary on growing up and maturing. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that as a statement?
Now we're just getting into what the show is, or like what we got out of the show.
That's true. Maybe we'll hold that.
Let's hold that, because I do have an opinion on that. I do.
Okay.
But yeah, anything else about episode 2?
I think it's visually fantastic.
Well, yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, sorry.
So I don't know where you guys want to just go to the funeral, or like where you guys want to go.
Yeah, let's go there. Where go?
Because like that's the beginning of the episode is the funeral, where it's like, I feel like that was when I was starting to, like, at least in my head, like, see there is something very specific happening, because now you're getting one or two character dynamics you don't get even from the comics. So like Kim and young Neil actually like hanging out and having like a moment, recollecting on Scott, and then quickly like
Kim
young Neil
doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. Right, yeah. It's like, yeah, so you get that, and then like you even get sort of a slower, I say a more subtle like thing on Ramona, because now she's like, yeah, she's just really just there, literally, because she just went on one date. But
it's a now what kind of moment, right?
Now, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Ian. Did you want to say something
just
before?
Just really quick to say, I loved the I think this is maybe me interpreting a little bit, but when Envy sings at the funeral and does Black Sheep, and she doesn't sing, she just like holds it for everybody else to do the chorus of the.
No, that's
like,
a later episode.
Oh, is that later?
Yeah. What she sings at the funeral is "I Will Remember You."
That's, oh my gosh, you're absolutely. Oh man, you're right. I'm jumping ahead.
It's all good. Because I was gonna talk about that moment too, where I think it's a great character moment because it's about like because she acknowledges in that moment they once dated.
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, but it was a stepping stone thing. I'm just gonna, do what I pay my due or whatever. But it's like she sings a whole fucking cover, and the song is "I Will Remember You," which very much harkens to her actual character in the comics, which is like, no, the reason she keeps in contact with Scott is because Scott is the last remaining like anchor to her previous life before she reinvented herself.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And like that's why it's important to her. Whether
yeah.
I'm not even saying and like yeah, she treats him badly for sure.
Yes.
But that's why she keeps him around. Like that's why she's contacting. She wants to maintain. There's that line from the movie and from the comic, which is you're still, oh god, what's her actual name? I think it's like Rachel or something. Where it's like you're the only one that still calls me that, or still remembers that name. So that's why I'm still around.
Yeah.
So that's why. So I think that's a great like. It's a great analyzation of that character and just distilling it into, yeah, we can sum all that up with her performing the song at his funeral, and maintain the gravitas of this character, right?
Yeah.
And we get to go more zany with it, which is like she shows up and there's sets ready, the curtains come down, everything's cool.
There's banners with her face and so yeah.
Oh, it's really good. But damn, how much money would be left in a coffin if you guys were just turned into money?
Oh,
is it a loony and is it two loonies and a toonie?
Mine would be like a $9/11, like a $9/11
yeah,
golden buffalo coin. Yeah,
mine would be the coolest of all. Would be one of those pretend hundos that just has a Bible verse on the other side.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty good. Like, that would be very funny for your family.
It would. You wanted this. There you go. Your favorite.
I'm worth like a cool fiver, I think.
A nice fiver.
Okay. Nice fiver. Got 5 on it. That'll be really good. Anyway.
Well,
anything else about the? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was trying to redirect into the next moments of episode 3, Ramona rents video.
Yes, with the waifu Holly Hawk. And I know she cheats on Kim's boyfriend, or has relations with Kim's boyfriend who cheats on Kim.
Should have been you,
yeah. But I mean, it's Holly Hawk. I remember the first time I watched it, I went, "Who is this character?" I hadn't read the comics yet. I went, "Why aren't they in the movie?" Who plays Holly Hawk? I'm gonna look that. But go ahead. You guys talk about episode 3 while I look at it.
Oh, why don't you go first, Nick? Because my favorite is the closer where Julie and Gideon are like, "Oh yeah, that would make sense. That makes way more sense that they're together." But what about you?
Yeah, so I feel like as a whole, I guess to like pull back as far as possible in the episode and like go into it, because like the third episode is now we're starting to explore like Ramona's side of things early on in the story. Even like in the comics, like it's still, even though it's Scott's story, like you get 1 or 2 chapters on Ramona, but I feel like this was probably the most extensive like from the get-go of like how much Ramona's choices have like damaged the other characters. Where we're seeing like a direct, like just outright like hurtful things she's done. Because you had the cheating that in episode 2, where it's mentioned, and then but in 3 with Roxanne, that's where I feel like you're getting a more deeper look into how her tendency to like push everything away.
Mhm.
Because when she pushes her problems away, she's pushing like the
People
relationship and then herself away from it. So,
Yeah, and
and I thought
it's
that was cool. Yeah.
no. Sorry, go ahead.
I said I thought it was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
And
agree with you.
talk a
I
little
mean,
bit
and
about.
that's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ian.
I was just gonna say, can you guys talk? Both either of you talk about Roxy Richter, how we're introduced to this character, and kind of what her relationship is to Ramona.
Yeah, I can sum up. I could do a plot summary.
A
No,
phase.
with just one sec. I want to let me follow up on Nick's line
Yeah.
there. Because yeah, that's essentially we start with one like episode 2 really does introduce the like yeah, it's gonna be Ramona like that we're exploring in this
Mhm.
series. 3 is laying down the groundwork for yeah, Ramona does run away from her problems.
Mhm.
Now there's a little thing that I'm like about that take once we get to Gideon, but we'll save that because I think it foregoes what Gideon was actually doing in the comics.
Yeah.
Mm.
It
But
was
she
awesome.
did run away from this relationship, in the sense that yeah, she just leaves her behind, just moves on, and you get that with the rest of the exes, right? Like that's leaves Patel behind for another dude, leaves Lucas for Todd.
Yeah.
Todd leaves her, but like she breaks up with him before to make sure she's like I broke up with them.
Right.
And when she messes with the twins by dating both of them, as soon as they both find out, she just leaves.
Yeah.
So she is not dealing with the problem at hand, which becomes very much who she is in the future once we get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nick, you're absolutely right. That's what episode 3 is doing with Ramona, and you get a little bit more time with Kim in this, which is
Yeah.
always great.
In the first half, yeah.
Yeah, but back to Ramona's ex. They were both roommates in college, and they dated. Or maybe if like Ramona didn't view it as dating, her
Mhm.
ex surely did. But they were definitely in a relationship.
Yes.
Yes. And then like that's where you get the line in the when they're on when they're on the cargo plane crashing
Yeah.
of Ramona shouting, you know, I was too afraid to face you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is like I too afraid to face herself, her accountability. Like
Her accountability, what that relationship actually meant to both of them,
What
and
she did to her.
what she
Yeah.
did to her, because it's really fucked up, but also what that reveals about who she is as a person in more ways than one.
mm-hmm.
With Roxy, whereas Roxy very much knows who she is
Mm-hmm.
and what she's about, which is why she's so hurt, because Roxy is very honest.
Yeah.
It's a very honest character. Ramona is not.
No. No.
Yeah, and hence the immediate line after of Roxanne just saying like, "I just wanted you to see me," like,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
which I appreciate because that's very real.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just wanted you to see like what you're doing to me, who I was as a person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's as good as that relationship can get at the end after they hash it out.
Yeah.
Real nice, and it's all done through a phenomenal fight scene
Oh, it's the
that
best.
takes
I
place
love it.
across movies. Oh yeah, dude, fucks with aspect ratios with the way certain things are shot.
Yeah.
Kim having that weird power to control the fight with the remote as it's going.
I will say that that's maybe one of my favorite fights from the series is jumping through the movies at the rental store. Like
That's my second favorite fight, but yeah
it's really fun. It's really fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else about episode 3? Oh, I'm sorry, Ian. That is your job.
Well, I was just going to then throw out we also get at the end like a homeless and despondent Gideon going to Julie's
Yes.
house.
Yes.
And I just wanted to say, like, I loved it. It's one of many moments that the series kind of allows itself to have with the new status quo. You just think, well, yeah, those two characters, why wouldn't they end up together? They have a lot in common, including contempt for other people. Like,
Contempt
these
for
two,
other people, a
Yeah.
desire for power
oh yeah,
over people. Julie is the definition of a hanger-on.
yes,
Where she herself thinks highly of herself. She hasn't done much with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She reset a coffee shop. That's why she's clinging on to Envy Adams
yeah,
and like more status stuff. Like there's that note in the comics where like her and her roommates rent an apartment they couldn't afford, but they
Yeah.
want it because it would be great for parties
yes,
and for other people
Yeah.
to see. Yeah, no, she's
And-
a hanger on and all that. But now Gideon's gonna be the golden goose for gaining power and money.
he's the project, she's the brains, and he's the face. Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you just think, wow,
Even
that
though
would
Gordon
work
would
better.
have more brains than whatever, it's
Yes, that's true.
fine. No, they're just there for a moment for each other, and as we'll find out, like, yeah, it started off like that at the beginning, and then he got lazy and like real depressed.
Yep.
Yeah, been there. All right. Anything else about 3?
No, nothing else about 3, but we've got 4 with a
The
tight,
best episode
excellent,
in the series.
such a good intro.
The
Whatever.
best episode in the series. No, I stand by this take. It's.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Ian. Go ahead because I'm gonna go off as soon.
No, I
This
mean,
shut
like,
off.
it's a damn good episode. We get to see this is the episode where we see like the acting on the set for young Neil's film script. Yes.
Well, not
Uh,
his script, but yes.
Right. The script that he found. Yeah.
Yeah, that he thought he wrote in his sleep.
Yeah.
But speaking of Young Neil, I think this is where the comedy of Young Neil actually of that character really comes out because there's lines in here that are so fucking funny, and they're really funny because of his delivery of these lines. Just like I learned a lot on a movie set. That's crazy. Or the man with this scene is shot in the dark to represent the darkness of Scott's soul. And
There's
granted, I
lots of-
think that joke goes on a little too long, but his initial delivery of that line is like fantastic.
I will say this, like, I think episode 4 is maybe the one that structurally, like, I'm referring to the visual jokes, the kind of parenthetical bits. That feels the most like anime like to me out of the whole series. This is like, what do you think about that, guys? I think that there's like all these structural things feel very specific and I guess unique to the series in my mind.
So, I think it's now my time.
Yes.
Well, Nick can join me too because I think we share like the exact same opinion on this.
Yeah.
Episode 4 of Scott Pilgrim takes off is the only episode I went back and rewatched when I first watched it.
Oh wow.
This episode is so geared towards my taste of just how I want a show to be. like the introduction to Lucas Lee waking up and seeing his house and then the lights and all his skateboards and it's all this grandiose stuff with the hard cut joke of Glendale, California.
Yes.
Being
oh my
there.
god. Yeah.
And then we get the song Whatever,
Yeah.
which is a phenomenal punk song written by the same guy who would write School of Rock, by the way. And fuck, dude, the whole sequence skating with that. Nick, you told me you also did that one, right?
Yes, that entire side shot, yeah.
Fucking, and it's, oh my god, dude, just lined up with the music and like
he's a goat. He's just
so
one of the
good.
best.
I mean, he comes in for just a little bit in this series, and it's to do one of the best sequences, if not the best sequence in the fucking anime.
It's phenomenal animation.
And it's
It
just
really is.
Lucas Lee doesn't talk
Nope.
for that entire up until the
Intro.
phone call with his manager, but you know everything you need to know about that character
Yes.
in that shot, and skating with the friends, and everything looks fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
With an amazing song, and then the stuff with his manager and him just ending with the line whatever, and you're like, perfect. It's a perfect sequence. It's a perfect like, oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
And we're not even getting into, well, I'll get into the rest of the episode, but then get stuff to movie. The movie's great. This is the stuff with Todd and
Yes.
Wallace, and
Oh yes. That's
and they
another relationship that I again was like, you know what? I believe this. This show has made me believe that yeah, those characters could be in that situation actually. Yes. Yeah.
yeah, because all, I mean, it's consistent with Todd's character in the sense that like Todd is cheating on Envy in
Constantly.
every different piece of media,
Yeah.
except the movie, I
Mhm.
I believe. But or so the comics, he's cheating on her with the drummer, and the game, it's the same thing.
And then
But
the
yeah,
movie,
so
the implication is he's cheating on veganism, and thus you shouldn't trust someone who can't keep his vows of yeah.
which he does in the comics and the game too, I think. Or well, I'm not sure the game, but he does it in the comics too.
Yes.
But yeah, and just exploring with Wallace a different side of him, and then sending him into a spiral when Wallace is just like, it's a fling.
You didn't
Because
feel a
Todd,
spark?
yeah,
Yeah. Very good.
it's not
It was very
good.
funny.
No, and that performance is great. That is the guy who, I'm gonna fuck up his name, for Todd Ingram, Brandon Ruth.
Mhm.
Still phenomenal performance. He's like one of the best. Yeah, for me, it's Lucas Lee, then Todd Ingram is the second favorite X,
Yeah.
and then it's Roxy.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah, you get the whole affair with Todd Ingram. He loses his vegan powers by eating chili fries. Oh wait, no,
Yes.
is that the next one? I
Oh,
think I'm
that's later,
fucking it
We're
yeah.
up. I
kind of
think fifth.
blending four and
I
five,
think I
but
am.
let's
Yeah.
Because it is like
So
one whole arc, yeah.
yeah.
yeah, we just figure out that like Lucas is playing Scott Pilgrim. You get that funny costume of his.
Yes.
And this is after finding out that like, yeah, people don't like his attitude on sets.
Yeah.
And he's gonna start losing leading man roles because of it. So he's got to take this one, and he's got to be good.
Yep.
We find out, like, we see his first distress in the sense of we find out he doesn't read any of his lines in
No.
I think a previous episode. Yeah, in like the second episode or something. He just kind of improvises and says whatever. Um, and that's of course not paying off. So he's
Yep.
reading lines in this one and like studying the script, which is new for him. But like, yeah, that's to sign to show like, oh shit, I gotta start. I
Being
start figuring
serious.
this out. Yeah, like, and then we get into the whole paparazzi fight done by Studio Trigger. In
Oh.
Ian, the first time I saw this episode,
Mhm.
and he skates out. First of all, we get that great slow motion fight in
Yes.
the trailer. That's just awesome. Like, or like, what is super well choreographed, funny, and awesome same
Mhm.
time. But then he bursts, and then they all line up outside in that very Trigger shot of like, look at all these enemies that this guy's gonna have to fight, and then
It
he
was
does.
it was very Dead Leaves. It was very yeah. It was like, oh yeah. This yes. It was beautiful. I loved it,
Yeah,
you guys.
it's very Kill la
It's
Kill. It's very Gurren Lagann. It's very like all the
good.
Studio Trigger stuff of
Yes.
just
Yes.
a mass army.
Yeah.
And then he jumps out of the trailer with an amazing just camera shot. And that first chord to Police Truck by Dead Kennedys plays. The first time I saw that episode, goosebumps, dude. goosebumps.
Yeah.
I went, oh my god, this episode really is for me.
And
Fucking love this,
tell me if
dude.
I'm
That whole sequence is like, it's my favorite. That's my favorite fight scene in the.
Oh, that's your favorite. The trigger one is your favorite fight
Yeah.
scene of the show.
Which surprise, but yeah, it's the one where he's fighting all the ninjas.
Wait, really quick, Nick, are you waiting? Are we waiting for later in the series to come to your favorite fight? Should we save that for a different moment to ask you what's your favorite fight in the show?
I was gonna say my favorite fight is also the
Right.
ninja
Okay.
fight.
That's
Okay.
right.
So I feel like Chris is saying all the points I would share. So
Okay. All right.
It's to one of the best Ed Kennedy songs. And it's just
And there's
that.
there's that element of like the Trigger shudder. Like when I watch something animated by Trigger, it feels like a cameraman pointing something at something, and there's like the
Mhm.
the raggedness at the side of the front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm kind of referring to? Like it gives it a filmed quality.
That and well, I'll tell you what it also reminds me of. Having been watching a lot more recently, wrestling. When you watch wrestling, and this started with like Mick Foley because he would tell cameramen to do this, and now they all do it. Is if you have a close up cameraman to when someone falls on the mat, what the cameraman will do is shake the camera a little bit.
Yeah,
because it'll add impact. It'll add impact to, and that's what they do in the thing. No, man, just the lining, the way it escalates like a Trigger thing, and like to the point of all the ninjas stack up on top of each other to do like a death spiral, and all turn into different coins as they explode.
Yeah.
Oh, just that whole sequence, and right down to the end of the episode where Lucas Lee punches that, or like I don't know if he punches the child. He stops him or something and takes a skateboard, and his last line is just him laughing. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That gave my favorite character way more time. And I hadn't even addressed the fact that he looks like a Go Nagai character in this anime.
all back and lax.
All back and lax with the hair that points into, that's a rectangle that points into a little point on
I
the
call it the
side.
flame hair, but yeah.
Yeah, the little flame hair.
Yeah.
Best episode.
Yeah. Well,
it's all
not going to
downhill
get
from
better
here.
than that, guys. Maybe we should start. No,
we are going to have to pick it up. I'm looking at time here.
All right. Well, that's okay. We'll do Who Done It and then 7 and 8 as one thing. That I think that'll be good.
I agree with that. I think the last two are pretty much the
leaders. So for Who Done It episode 6, we have Gordon.
One.
What do we want to hit on? We've got Steven Knives, we've got Gordon Goose. We've got a lot to touch on in that episode. Where do you guys want to start?
Let me just say real quick, 5 is the Todd Ingram one. That's where we get all the cheating stuff and breaks the vegan code, and we find out he had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
And also Ramona learns her love of being a stunt double,
and she's great at it.
And she's really good at it. And you get the thing with Envy too, having a little maturing section as the movie dies.
Yes.
6, Who Did It? That's the great sequence of the bromance between Gordon Goose and Lucas Lee.
Yeah.
I think it works because one, they're both guys. They're both different types of guys, but they're very much dudes. You know, just
yes.
Lucas Lee very much a bro, but also Gordon's like, he's sitting watching his anime, depressed, and he just needs a friend, and they're both like in their lowest points, so they develop the friendship, and they like being dudes, and they have a little bromance thing going.
And they trash Julie's beautiful apartment.
Awesome. I was telling Nick how I've always wanted to do shit like this. But it's the cleanup, right? Like,
yes,
we've all wanted this jackass skate ramp inside a building, inside a living room, or the paintball war inside a house.
The the like full blown Foot Clan vibes going on in this like bro out space. I don't know. It is really fun. It is really fun. Yeah.
Really fun. It's great for the characters. It's a little. I feel like it's a little fan service for sure, but I think it works, man. I think I think it matches the characters too. It humanizes Gordon a lot. And we'll get into the problem I have with that once we once we get into the end. But,
right.
We get the great moments with Julie. Still, but yeah, it's very much to confirm. Like, yeah, they had nothing to do with it as well. But we get the follow up with the robot, right? Like how the robot's like central to it.
The robot is really into their half pipe, I believe. Yeah.
And this is the episode where they do she has the Columbo moment with all the gang, reveals what she did to the twins, which is like they all go, yeah, that's fucked, dude. That's
messed up.
It's fucked on all ends. But Ramona, you should acknowledge that that's fucked. Like you definitely didn't do it the best way.
This is where we also learned that Neil not only didn't write the script, but it was written 14 years in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Scott shows up on the door.
Yes.
That's what this episode ends on. Yeah, so kind of action sequences have stopped pretty much since 4 and will not pick back up until 8, I believe.
Well, we're saving the really good animation, you know.
Yeah. Well, no, I still think it all animates well and looks good because they're all conveying different tones. But I mean, like, pure action, right?
Yes.
There's no fights, which is very reflective of the comics. If you remember, like, they really do take a backseat to the point of when Scott is fighting the twins robots, they're all the fights are in the background.
Yes.
And they're just talking and smirking and stuff when they're having relationship problems.
Yes.
Yeah, so Scott so then we get into Scott revealing what had happened.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, so let's talk about Scott Pilgrim and the world versus Scott Pilgrim, the finale.
It's a great
we
title.
Get to see Toronto in the future.
Yes.
And it's pretty chill, actually. It looks really
like shit. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, no.
This fucking cesspool. How could you?
No one's acknowledging what Toronto apparently really looks like now, which is just all gentrified apartments. Like, none of it's cool anymore.
Well, I keep thinking about this is really all I can picture in my mind is like skyscrapers with ivy on them, and
I will that say doesn't exist anymore.
I have been in Canada. There isn't ivy. There is a boatload of skyscrapers that just have like parks on top, so you will see trees on all the big buildings everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, that's neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this we finally get the resolution of, and we get a really, I like the interplay between Culkin and Michael Cera and Will Forte playing older Scott. They're back and forth, and the whole like is it his fiance or his husband? Wallace's husband works for Nintendo. His husband works for Nintendo.
Yeah.
You get all the games for free. Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, I think it's not all of them, but like he gets most of them.
Most of them, yeah.
But yeah, him and Ramona are going through a really bad patch. They were divorced recently, but it's also the moment of like Scott. The future Scott is still stunted and still stuck in where our Scott is. Even though he tries to come off as wiser and like he's still obsessed with Ramona, he's still living in the past with video game stuff and is still avoiding kind of problems or life in general which is the same
Yeah,
way.
he's in a noise band with the Katsuragi twins. Is that
I mean,
right?
that's not noise. That's like pop.
Okay.
Nick, what would that be? Is that future pop? Is that Japanese funk pop or like
I
what's
fucking
Kodawata
guess, man. I
Hurricane?
don't know. Go ahead.
Whatever Kodawata
80s.
Hurricane is.
Well, back then it was just pop, like
It was just
J-pop.
pop music, yeah, right? Like okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. It's fucking
yeah.
awesome. That's what it is. I love they're using a Virtual Boy, but like it's very unrealistic since their eyeballs aren't like searing, or they aren't throwing up from the migraines that happen.
Kids, that is historically accurate. They burn your
Super
retinas
accurate.
out. Yeah.
What was? Oh my
Yeah.
god! What was it? The line was. The review was, as you people would only get like 10 minutes in and just develop massive migraines.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Like it was a torture device that you had to mount on the tabletop. It was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You have to lean forward, looking. Yeah, we find out this is where it's implied it's the movie Scott Pilgrim, right? Not even the comics, because we don't get the rough patch the comics do.
Yes.
It's definitely the movie.
That's right. Because the script specifically, they reference the script is what if Matthew Patel lost the fight to Scott Pilgrim, and
Yes.
that's that fictional story they're exploring. You're right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? So, how do y'all feel? Yeah. So, what do you guys think of this interpretation of Scott? This whole thing.
Nick, do you have some hot ideas before I throw anything out? What are you thinking?
Well, this specific Scott, I do really like,
Yeah.
and I do appreciate that. Yeah, from the get go, that this Scott is pretty much like just fails to properly communicate things,
Mhm.
and constantly like when like asked about mending his relationship, he immediately like blames everyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not taking
Yeah.
responsibility for his stuff. It's very much where Scott kind of is when they go through the rough thing with Ramona
Yeah.
in the comics where Ramona leaves.
Yeah.
And how bad that is. But this is like way worse because now he could really fuck up his life.
There you go. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's a fun threat. I like the idea.
Yeah.
I actually like this idea way more than because I know that Negative Scott was like
Yes.
a played around thing within the movie. I don't think how many other iterations did they play around with
In the game. They
in the
do it
game
in
as
the
well.
game the game he's a villain and a playable character.
I
And they
I
do in the
like the
comics
idea.
too.
I like the idea of the story that is in a video game world is ultimately about Scott Pilgrim growing up. That his last great fight should be an internal fight of like you got to grow up and deal with your own crap, Scott. So this
Yeah.
is maybe an even better iteration of it because it's not just like, oh well, there's a bad Scott. There's like, no, there's a bad Scott who made a bunch of really bad child choices and ended up sleeping in his best friend's house. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, well, I mean, and there's so many things to show he's still stunted. Like even where he's sleeping in the house, it's the same as his apartment in his shitty apartment with Wallace in Toronto. And when it gets worse, he is just pushed back into the actual apartment and stays there for another 10 years to train. He's just constantly stuck in that moment, which brings us, I think, to the last episode.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Steven Stills and Knives, right? Good for them.
Yeah.
That's what I say. This is the best Knives gets it in any of the media.
Yeah, in the movie, it was definitely a kind of rushed exchange that is like, okay, you technically did the right thing, but the worst timing possible. This at least has a little more. Yeah, I think everybody gets treated a little bit better in this one.
Oh yeah, the show is everyone's better off without
Yeah.
without Scott.
Yeah.
Everyone gets develops further and don't die.
Including Scott. Scott gets better than
if he just
I
fucks
will say
off
that
for a little bit.
Yeah, I do think that this whole thing is keyed up for a big part of, and I had said this about the Envy Adams thing earlier. I do think Scott Pilgrim Takes Off isn't just What If, it is also reactive a little bit to here are comments that the audience has made for the last 10 years or however long, or 15, and I'm going to respond somewhat to them. At least I think a little bit. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so we get and then we also get the Avatar: The Last Airbender summarization of the plot through a play.
Yes.
And
yes.
It's funny. The musical's funny. The music's great. Again, just wish the best for Knives and Steven in that sense.
Yeah.
Then they get teleported, and we deal with even crazy incel old man Scott.
Even older Scott. Yeah. Yeah.
And that fight's good. It's a good fight, I think. And yeah, I agree with you. It's the actualization of Scott facing himself.
Yeah.
Right. It's what the horrible future that could be if Scott doesn't like face his shit like right now.
Yes.
Or doesn't start taking this seriously. But it's also like, yeah, for Scott to learn. Just let's think about Ramona for a bit, huh? How she's feeling, because you're still stuck in and stewing in your own emotions. Yeah. And just that thing of like, the woman ruined my life, but I want to be together, but we ruined my type thing. But also we get and this is where we get into my kind of one of my bigger complaints with the show.
Mm-hmm.
We get even older Ramona to show up. And the thing we don't explore, but I think is very much implied because like of all the choices the show makes, which is Ramona is still doing courier stuff.
Yes.
Implying, and she left Scott, but hadn't talked to him. And granted, Scott hadn't talked to her either because one, Scott's stuck with himself and stewing in that, but Ramona is running away from the problems.
Yeah.
And not facing them, and it got that bad too.
Yeah.
They're both responsible for like this future outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that a lot of that's implied. You don't get too much of that other than like Scott pointing out to in the last episode to Ramona, like, so wait, your plan was for me to watch a movie in 2 years after the league, and just figure out what the life was supposed to be, and for me to talk to Ramona, and then like, and just acknowledging how fucking convoluted and dumb and indirect that plan is.
Yes.
And then just for learning that kind of stuff with Ramona, and then the revelation of, yeah, Ramona isn't facing her problems either.
Yeah. Which
I 100% agree with up until we get to Gideon's thing, because Gideon in the books and in the comics is overbearing, controlling, egotistical boyfriend that are like just genuinely a bad person, especially in the comics.
Yeah.
Of trying to control people and groom them to his own taste and dress them up like dolls, like as he even says, as more of a status thing.
Yeah.
That is not the Gordon we have in this anime, and they ignore all that, I think, to keep consistent with that message that Ramona's running away, because in if it was Gideon in the past comics and movies, like, no, running away was the right thing to do. Completely cutting him out of her life,
right,
is the right choice.
Up to that, other than that, yes, like don't run away from your problems, but except for this manipulating, gaslighting, like sociopath. That's fair enough. Yeah.
So that's why they change his character, I think, and make him like more sympathetic. Because that message doesn't work with all that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I overreading that? Like, how do we feel about the Ramona thing? Because I think
I think that plays just because one, all the other characters, as we've said, are so alike, or at least carry over the logic of who that person is from their other appearances. Like even is it Todd Ingram who ends up being like a hunky barista in Toronto?
No, it's Lucas.
It's Lucas Lee. Lucas Lee is a hunky a barista in Toronto. Like even that plot point, which it's developed logically, where you're like, no, this is what he would want out of this moment of his life. That I totally believe he gave up acting to do this. So this, I'm wondering, guys, can we talk a little bit about? We've talked about the emotional aspect, but I alluded to earlier, not to say that the animation in any way has ever dropped off, just how beautiful the animation is for the big fight, for the fusing Ramonas. Any thoughts about that sequence and that animation and that little segment?
Yes, but can I make a suggestion of like let's finish off the Ramona thing real quick, because
sure.
The period point to Ramona's thing is the fusion.
Yes.
How do you all interpret that? Because I interpret the fusion as her like learning to love her past self and to acknowledge it even with the flaws. And then they have, which is why they have that line of like, your past actions don't define who you are. Which I'm of two minds about that phrase, because I've heard that multiple times. One, I am 100% of the belief your actions determine who you are as a as a person. But two, I get the idea. I'm also of the believer of to put it in the way Death Grips put it. Fuck who you are, fuck where you're going. It's about who you are right now. I agree with that too, in the sense that like, what are you doing with your past actions to make you a better person right now in this moment? Right, to do better in this period in time.
I think that's a better attitude to have, certainly. And I can't think of the movie right offhand, but certainly other places I've heard some iteration that I like even more specifically.
Power Rangers movie, the recent one has a crazy line where they're like, "Oh yeah, your past mistakes don't define you."
Jeez.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Wait, what? You're the Red Ranger. You shouldn't be saying that. That's a terrible piece of advice.
Well, Your Honor.
Yeah. Well, Your Honor, my past actions do not define
my character in this court.
I do like the idea of maybe framing it as maybe it's unreasonable to judge yourself by the worst things you've done as a marker of who you are as a person. I think that's.
I would still. Even then, I would put an asterisk. Like,
Chris just want to lock him up. I get you, Chris. Lock him up.
No. What if they did a murder?
Well, see, okay.
I don't know. There's lots of mitigating circumstances.
Well, hang on.
All right, cold-blooded.
Yeah, I was about to say. See, because we're going to the extremes now. So yes, Chris. Obviously, in the extremes, they shall all go to prison, be buried under the dirt. I get you.
No, I'm not even saying but I'm that. Like, because okay, because it's that thing of because
this podcast is hard on crime. This podcast,
yes, because this is the She-Ra argument again. Because obviously she should just go to jail forever. Obviously,
that's different. She commits war crimes. She burns down a village, and
that was her past, man.
People with the tape. Yeah, I guess so.
Look how cute her new design was, man.
I'm sure if you told all those people who lost their homes that hey, man, that was me a year ago. Man, I'm a different person now.
This is a conversation I know is not for the pod, but just to say it for us later.
This is a deep philosophical conversation, about morality.
No, because I was gonna say, like, I feel mixed about the Bubblegum from the Adventure Time. She is a deeply flawed human being. Where I'm
Oh, she's
like,
fucked up. Yeah.
I don't know about some of that stuff. But that's for another time.
Sure.
Um,
That is
I was
one
just
where
gonna
I
say
also.
the one thing I didn't say was like, listen, there's a ton of things. There's a ton of stories about people who did commit murders or horrible crimes, and they're actively trying to make the world better now to make up for it. Right?
Yeah.
I think that is 100% possible. But again, that's to my point of what are you doing right now
Yes.
to
Yeah.
alleviate that, you know?
I'm with you. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay. I just want to make
I-
sure that I'm not just going
I'm
like,
not saying
No,
lock
but-
everyone up. And like,
I'm not saying I hit a girl on the freeway 30 years ago and I'm like, yeah, but I never did anything bad since then. Come on.
I think
that was
Killer.
30
Yeah.
years ago.
yeah.
Yeah. That's not, yeah.
Classic. No, what I was jabbing at it, but like what I mean is like I'm totally with you. Like foundationally, yes, because it comes from like because Ramona's whole thing, and I think we talked about before, because there's a process of change, right? Like so the whole point is like two
Yeah.
flawed people like wanting to change, and the process of change comes from recognizing and being aware that they are benefiting from where they are staying at. Like they
Yeah.
can talk about like how much they're being harmed, and we can do that forever, right, with our stuff. But at some degree, if you are actively refusing to acknowledge your actions and like the way you are not changing, then you have to admit that you're benefiting from the comfort of this lie, of this false belief.
Yeah.
That you're entirely the victim. So if you,
And
so
they
the only
both
way
are like in the future
the-
thing until you know they can't stand it anymore.
so because they have that desire to change, and then they do something different. So
Or well, actually, more towards your point, until they're not benefiting
not benefiting.
from
Yeah.
anything anymore because he's alone in that apartment, in that basement apartment in Toronto, and Ramona's just like skating around delivering packages.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good point.
100%. Yeah.
Good point, man.
Anyway, that's my biggest thing with this show is that we don't get to breathe with that like
It's fair.
thing Ramona's learning, right?
Yeah.
In some ways, this show is Ramona the main character, but it's still about Scott.
Yes.
And that's like one of
Yes.
the flaws I think it has going for it.
Really?
I think
Okay.
so. I feel like we should have focused. I think we should have gone a little bit more towards Ramona. Like Ramona, more like her dealing with this shit.
I think that, and I may end up agreeing with you in this thought, but so because I'm thinking about it in the terms of putting Scott at the center and that whole first episode. I think there's a degree to which I think there was a degree to which that was satiating, placating, whatever word maybe fits better, like saying like, okay, well, here's the thing you like, but now we really do want to do something totally different on our own terms.
It's to build the illusion of the rug before the rug pull, right?
Exactly. But
no,
to
I
your
agree with
point,
that.
to your point about Scott being the weakest part, it's kind of an inevitable, because that's what people. I've heard that comment from before, like, oh, Scott really had a lot of growing up to do. He was deeply flawed and frustrating as a character.
Yeah, it's almost like he was 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that it does offer us a lot of really good avenues. I kind of do. I wish that we had maybe the courage or the conviction to just say, oh no, this is just going to be an all else world, and it's just a Ramona story. Would have been maybe too hard for the audience to swallow, truthfully, is maybe the answer. I would have been into it. I thought it would have been really, I wonder.
Yeah. Now, and of course, I do say it's the flaw. It's like one of the bigger flaws for me. A show. I still think this anime is fantastic.
Agreed.
Yeah. Actually, is any sorry to take over hosting duties again, but we are way over time, so I'm gonna start. Just rushing shit.
Okay.
Good. You did a better job than I thought you would when I threw you under the bus.
when you threw me under the bus during the goddamn live thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting. I had so many more snarky comments to make while you were hosting, but like, no, you never really faltered. So
I won't let up. I'm doing the job, sir.
You
it's
didn't let us
almost like
down.
it's almost like Ian did improv. Anyway, we're gonna
You're a funny guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Anything else
so.
about this last episode before we move into what we got out of it? Because I kind of already more or less did mine, except I'm gonna talk about like media wise.
Nick, what are you thinking right now? Anything?
Last episode. Any last thing?
No, I think I'm with you guys. Like, I think even though there's these obviously like interesting and cool takes on the characters that we either are getting not enough of, or we're getting like an extent that that ended up overshadowing things you kind of want to see more. I think like even with that said, that's still like such a nitpick in compared to just how genuinely phenomenal visually and what they were going for, how they were able to achieve it. So I loved it, and rewatching it like the sixth time now, went from fifth to sixth this time. So it's still growing on me, and like I'm still feel like I'm learning a lot. So yeah, no, I just loved it. I think I'm with Chris where we concluded that out of this whole month, I think the movie movie is probably like the one that grew on us the most, like that lasted the longest in time in terms of time. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into. We're gonna do a mini ranking toward at the end of this episode for sure.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
A little mini.
There you go. All right.
Okay. So, well, Ian, anything about the last episode? Because I have two more thoughts, and then we can move on to what we got out of it.
Sure. No. I agree with a lot of the points we've been making today. I think that just to kind of close out one last thought about the show itself is it is such a great template. I think for. I think that this is something that we should be seeing more of, something that is a real takeoff and not just something like we were expecting, I think, in episode 1 when we very first saw it, where we can say like, no, we're gonna do something entirely different. I don't think I'm speaking out of turn here. We're the kind of weirdos who really like Halloween 3 with no Michael Myers in it.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than Halloween 2.
It's much better, and it's much better than 4. Like,
oh well, yeah. That's not part of the discussion. That's not. That's.
I think that
now H2O.
That the courage now H2 now when he got up against Mike. Anyway, no, I think being able to do something like that, I kind of wish we saw more chances like this. That's the really strong part. And then just to button, it hits the themes of Scott Pilgrim, and I think does have a conversation with its audience, because it does change and evolve these characters in a way that feels, at least for me, like people had specific gripes about Scott and people had specific gripes about Ramona running away all the time. So I think that this show really does come back and say, okay, yeah, we should address that part of Ramona. We should address this unaddressed part of Scott or this. And that's great for young people who are discovering it for the first time, I think. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so my last two thoughts about the last episode. One, the field that it's not absolute terror field. It's like what, no kissing field or whatever. The field that prevents Ramona and Scott from kissing is further proof that future Scott is still reveling in his own. In that moment of like, no, I want to be back to where I am in the misery.
Yes.
And reveling that. So that's that thing. And then 2, I think, okay, height of hubris moment. Of course, I'm not a professional animator or anything, but I think what I think could alleviate my issues with it is if we got just one more sequence, not even a full episode, although you could do an episode, where it's just a sequence of what's Ramona been up to while old Scott has been doing his stuff. I think I would have liked that, and then seeing where she's at mentally would have been
right.
There we go. Anyway,
Useful.
let's get into the falling action. What did we get out of it? You guys kind of both touched upon it.
Yeah.
In both your little statements, but like any other what'd you get out of it? What's your final what's your line? What's your tagline? What are your thoughts?
I got out of it a fun show about a guy doing his best. Nailed it. Good night, everyone.
Yeah. You get out.
Thank
It's
you.
not easy. See, Nick, that's how Scott Pilgrim focused this anime is. That he said guy doing your best, and not even about Ramona trying a girl trying to figure out a mystery.
I'll say this. Just
I'm sure she did something.
I'll say this. The AT field reminded me that I got a show that has so many beautiful and non-forced pop culture references. Very naturalistic.
A lot less so than the movie and the books.
This is true, but the AT field was a welcome anime pull. I think that the whole episode 3, like I said, one of my favorite fights of the whole thing, if not my favorite. I'm gonna call that my favorite. Yeah, that's that's my favorite fight scene of this.
That's my second one. Yeah, it's great.
Because I will agree, like the goddess Ramona and the moon fight is the most beautifully animated part of the show. It's just it's an all stops pulled kind of, floor you kind of thing. Yeah, I'd say it's a gift for people who really love Scott Pilgrim, and it's a promise that we could definitely keep coming back to this property and have brand new ideas, concepts, stories happen. So that's kind of cool.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting because I view this as okay, we're done.
Really?
I view it as like we did the what if of giving all the in some way this really is kind of like fan service and maybe not the way people wanted, but in the sense of we figure out what these characters would do if they kept going.
Yeah.
Especially without Scott's influence. What did I get besides all the stuff I said? It's a really fantastic anime. I still love it. I still think it's great. I think Science Saru is fucking killer. They compete with Trigger for me in terms of who's my favorite animation studio, and even I have to acknowledge a lot of Yuasa's stuff, like especially the movies, I think are better than most Trigger things. So no, I got a phenomenal anime, a nice revisit to the property that was actually welcome. Like I was on board with the what if, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Episode 4 may be my favorite Scott Pilgrim thing if you just put it in isolation.
Yeah.
Combined with the anime, I probably don't like the anime as much as I did the movie than the revisiting it. Just I forgot how fucking good that movie is. Like it's so tight. It's
solid. Yeah.
It's stellar. Like it really is a miracle of a piece of media. Like and like how much it influenced me without me noticing it. Because I was young when I watched it. Or younger. I was in my teens. But like I got fantastic anime about like facing your problems but also accepting your flaws as a person and you how much of that is necessary in order for you to cultivate a better future, right? To accept that you're deeply flawed and learn. I mean, at least I think the lessons should be like and learn how to like fix that or like not necessarily fix but to work with that to create and address it to make a better future. Because who knows? Also, that cover of God Only Knows by Anime Gucci is like it's stellar. It's the best song. No, fantastic soundtrack. Good job by Anime Gucci too with all this. That bass and drum thing with Knives and Kim, which was recorded at the American Football House, is fantastic. That's why it's really good. I really like this anime. I think it's great. I really do. I think the animation's stellar. I think the directing is like fucking on point. Like
phenomenal.
Oh my god, the way every shot looks amazing and how much information is conveyed is like masterful. All right, so let's do it real quick. Ian hasn't been here for the last month,
Yes.
for the entirety of the Scott Pilgrim month project. So this is gonna be fun. Real quick, rank your. We got to rank the Scott Pilgrims.
Okay.
What do we think is number 4?
What do I think number 4 is, or
Yeah.
what's my number 4? I think.
I have a hot one.
I don't think mine's gonna be hot, but I want to hear your guys.
Okay, I'm gonna rattle bottom up, but I think it's game. I think it's game. I think it's series. I think it's comic. I think it's film.
Okay. Nick, what is yours?
I think. Oh man, I would replace the position of the comic and the series. I would put the series above the comic.
Okay.
I would do that too.
So for me, it would be game, series, comic, then movie.
Okay.
That feels okay.
So I think. Sorry, Nick. Repeat it one more time.
It would be game,
Game,
series, show,
Ooh.
then comic, and then on top the movie.
Ooh, yeah. 2 and 3 are where I struggle.
Yeah,
4. Okay, so let's agree. 4, Scott Pilgrim the game.
I'm cool with.
Yes.
Ian, did you actually play it? Because I know this was around the time the
I
trolls
I was watching it. Truth be told, I was watching it.
Yeah, and I did warn you. I was like, this is really as a video game. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how much you're gonna get out of watching it.
Like actual let's play kind of watch of it. So I did get some of the combat, the scroll. Yeah, but
well, you can go listen to our episode where I talk about the combat and like what I think of it, and how it feels. But okay, so we can agree on that. Number 3 and number 2 looks like we're gonna struggle.
And we all agree on 1 that the movie is the best.
The movie,
iteration.
I do think that. I thought it was gonna be the anime for me.
Yeah.
I think number 3 for me is the comics. Nick, what was number 3 for you?
Number 3 for me was the show.
Interesting. Ian, what was number 3 for you?
Number 3 for me was the comics.
Okay, so Nick, I just want to hear why you like the comics more than the movie, because it is 2 to 1.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Maybe you can persuade one of us.
No, you know what it is? Like, I think it's just because there's more. There's just more like characters. There's more like things explored. I may not like enjoy a lot of the things they do explore, like we talked about with Gary, where some of it's where we get to O'Malley's weird writing stuff.
It's more deeply flawed than I remember,
and I think that's fair.
More,
and I think that's where I'm coming at it from, because Scott Pilgrim is in a sense kind of his juvenilia. It's the first thing he ever published, I think. It's one of the
first big thing.
And it blew up.
Read the thing right, yeah. That's what blew. Yeah, that's what made him a household name.
And I just feel like the show is not just more polished, i.e., from an artist who's been around longer. It's like they know the characters. Like, well, we as the audience understand the characters so much better because I think the artist understands the characters so much better. It would be my argument.
I would put the comics in 3. I kind of agree with Ian. I think we get more of a deeper exploration or a deeper understanding of the characters in the anime, but that, like, I think I'm underplaying how much of accomplishment the anime is, and that whatever decisions these characters make, you 100% believe it. That these are the characters. There is such a deep understanding of who they are. As people that everything just kind of like, yep, that's exactly. I'm buying it. I fully believe that's what they would do in that situation.
Yeah.
There's never, and that's a lot. That's a lot more work than I think people are willing to give credit for.
It is. Yeah.
All right. So number 3, we're gonna put the comic.
All right.
Cool.
That means number 2 is the anime.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Number 1 is the movie.
Yay!
Again, the movie scored way. I had
Yeah.
way more fun revisiting that than I thought I would, man. Like,
It's a great film, guys.
It is a great film. Great film. All
Film.
right, we did it.
Yay!
That is our any recommendations you guys want to do? I always forget this one.
Yeah, no worries. I've got one queued up that's from the production company of our anime director, Cartoon Saloon. There's
Well,
a
it's
flick.
Science Saru who did this. Cartoon Saloon is his past.
Oh, okay. But I'm gonna recommend an Irish animated film series that I really enjoyed from about 10 years ago, I'd say.
Mhm.
It's a film that starts with something called Secret of the Kells, and it goes on into what's the other one? Wolf Walkers and The Song of the Sea, which is a set of films that are about Irish
I've seen
Celtic myths. Really beautifully animated, really beautiful, and it's supposed to evoke kind of the illustrated tomes of old Ireland. Really pretty work.
Yeah.
Really pretty.
Wolf Walkers has been on my list for a little bit, so I might watch that finally. Looks really good.
What about you boys?
Yeah, what about you, Nick? What would you recommend after this podcast and rewatching the anime?
Yeah, totally. I definitely thought about it a bit because I wanted to like recommend in the way that it combines the subject matter and it combines like the studio and that certain philosophy. Because I know in the past I recommended Inuo for different contexts. So
Yeah.
I think from that same studio would be interesting is like seeing if people would be down to kind of check out sort of the foundation of how Science Saru philosophically and like artistically approach coming of age and relationships. So I think that's why like I try my best to find ways to recommend Tatami Galaxy as a series because it is
I'm
not
always
for everyone.
figuring out an excuse to make
no,
people watch this thing I like.
This thing I like, yeah, because that's just all it all comes down to. Like it's all weird petty
Look at
nonsense.
this thing I like. Yeah.
I was about to say, Nick, that's a lot of words to say. Watch the thing I like.
Well, first you're like, oh Nick, don't you talk more. Now you're like, now I'm talking too much for a point.
I
okay,
have no idea what you're talking
Tatami
about.
Galaxy,
what I'm talking
good.
about.
Tatami good. If you don't like it, that's cool. That's cool too. Okay. All right. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, go. You know what's funny? They don't list that on their website.
No, because like it wasn't even. It was before Science Saru. Like it was pretty much the catalyst because what they ended up starting with is Night is Short Walk On Girl, which is a spinoff of Tatami Galaxy. Yuasa's like directorial debut in the sense of like his debut doing the side stories of the original
I was about
book.
to say, isn't Mind Games his directorial debut?
Yeah, I was gonna say like his first adaptation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Mind Games is original and
Barry.
Yeah. And you, what's it? Oh my god, what's that one we're watching where it's like it's just fucking Logan's Run, the old school anime one, Nick. That feels like a '70s anime. Nick,
that sounds cool.
One? I don't know.
Nick, they're the anime they made where it's like Logan's Run and it's a '70s style, but it's by Yuasa. Nick, help!
Save me,
Nick.
Why am I going blank? What are you talking? Hang on.
Nick, help!
No, hang on. You gotta stop yelling. Hang on.
Okay, I'll stop yelling. Nick, help!
Nick, help me!
Yeah, no problem.
Nick, help! Nick, help! Nick. Space Battleship Yamato. That's what I was thinking of.
Do you mean Kaiba?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because like, Kaiba is like, no, Kaiba's based off of an adaptation.
Oh, is it? Okay, I didn't know that. My bad.
Well, let me double check. Because like, Kaiba's interesting because like, it's amalgamation of adaptations for Yuasa. It's one of those. It's like a loosely influenced or based on.
Right, never mind.
Because like Kaiba is Oh no, wait, I'm super wrong. Yeah, it's original because it was created, written, and directed.
Yeah, Chris was right.
You're super right. My bad.
That's okay.
Wow.
I don't know shit. So yeah. Anyway, I want to recommend that. I know Chris hates it when I recommend things that are Japanese or 2D. So
Oh my god, no, dude, what are you talking about?
as you we always get worked up, and it's like, oh, people recommended things too much, and like I hate that. So
Yeah, but where's the Japanese thing coming from?
You
Well,
know
because
how
it's-
much it always works Chris up whenever this.
I know. What are you trying to say on here, man? I'm just trying.
He's got really hard opinions about whaling, and he's not afraid to share them.
no,
I'm just glad
No,
they
it's
got the
okay.
right back.
no, I'm just kidding. So that's what I recommend is Atomic Galaxy. I love it. It's still one of my favorite series. It's kind of introduced me to this more abstract side for coming of age, like storytelling animation, especially with Yuasa. And I feel like that was like the first Yuasa thing I ever watched was Atomic Galaxy. It's not for everyone, but it follows the college kid like try and navigate, essentially being thrown into the adult world, figuring stuff out. It's a sci-fi, surreal horror. Like in Yuasa, it's like a little bit of everything. It's dense. It is subject wise and dialogue dense. I think what you get at what I'd recommend is like,
Watching it.
well, no, you know what? Never mind. Yeah, go watch it. Goodbye. What's your thing? Chris?
No, yeah.
No, what's your thing? I know you hate it. You hate anime.
I
You hate
haven't
most things.
watched it. I can't
Cartoon.
hate it. Like,
No, again, because you're like, oh, I hate when people recommend 2D things. Like, but if you recommend a comedy,
no, that's.
A lot of our listeners don't know there was a third Vasquez, and he just
Oh, he
couldn't
died.
have him on anymore.
Yeah, he told me, Chris, you gotta watch Cheaper by the Dozen too. And I went, I must kill you now. And
You don't like Martin Short?
why are we dragging this out? Okay, it's just Atomic Galaxy is a good show. Go watch it.
all right, cool.
What about you,
Yeah,
Chris?
Nick
what's your
coming
normal
in hot with
What's your normal comedy thing you recommend? Go.
dude, I was just gonna say Isaacin, but now I'm like, oh, now I got to come up with something really deep.
No,
we
Isaac's
always recommend Inuo, which so that's overplayed for this podcast. But okay, Devilman Crybaby was the introduction for me for the studio.
Great one.
And I love Devilman Crybaby. I think if you want meat to chew on in a show, that one. And it's an adaptation, and it's another adaptation of an older property reinterpreted.
Yeah,
this was probably proof that they can do it. Like this was probably part of their pitch, right? I don't know. Go watch Devilman Crybaby. It is almost one. It really is almost one for one the original. But the changes they do make really do reinterpret how you view that that property and like what it may actually be about, or how you especially if you're part of the LGBTQ community can find a lot more meaning for what the subject matter technically.
The in quotes good boy. There's a lot on the bone of that conversation to be had for sure. Yeah.
And that last fight in that last episode's fucking some of the best animation I've seen.
Yeah.
If you want another one. They have one of those moments where you're like, what am I looking at? And then you really think about it, and it's phenomenal how they do that. But yeah. Guys, we did it. We did a whole month of Scott Pilgrim.
Woo.
And we I mean me and Nick. And
boy, I got tired walking all the way over here, guys, in this marathon. Ooh, boy. Ooh-wee.
And Nick only had one blow up talking about these podcasts.
That's pretty good.
Which is pretty good. That's pretty good. Considering he has to talk to me. So all right. Goodbye, everybody.
Good night.